So, Mr. Citterio, a warm welcome to you. It's a great pleasure and a big honor having you here today in Munich. Thank you for coming.
Also for me, it's a really pleasure. You know, now, in any case, sometime I'm coming to Munich because I'm doing a building here, for an office building, and it's a good opportunity to see you and the building itself.
You work on strong design and you are an architect. Where you got your inspiration from when you do architecture or when you do design?
Sincerely, there is no difference between design and architecture. No, the approach is the same. For me, you know, from architecture, sometimes I have a lot of aspiration in design because you know, and sometimes from design I have aspiration, for example, for some industrial process in architecture.
What inspired you today so far?
The inspiration is the curiosity. You know, it's curiosity for everything, curiosity for industrial process, for material, for example, what happened around the world. Many people, they move from the countryside to the city, and architecture now has become more and more high-riser building because we need, you know, put many people in the same building, and you know, that's for example, now I am involved a lot now in this high-riser building all around the world, and inspiration is to resolve the problem, because in the end of the day we are working for the quality of life. In any case, it's a big job, it's a big goal.
You are very well known for your strong relationship and for your strong success with Vitra and B&B. What makes a relationship between you and a company that strong?
Both. I have, you know, I have a very long relationship, you know, because in B&B I started in the '73, you know, like 33 years ago. Vitra, it's 83. When you have a relationship with the owner of the company, you know, it's like when you have the father or the mother of the project, you know, and you create an alchemic composition. Many people they are thinking design is something you can do alone or you can do in your office. You have inspiration from the God. In reality, it's more simple. No? First, you know, you talk a lot with the owner of the company. You talk a lot with the company itself, and the definition of the product, for example, is the 50% of the project. You know, the definition is long discussion. No, it's a long conversation, and then when you have the relationship, like a friendly relationship, you don't need to convince anybody. You know.
Mr. Citterio, from whom do you learn the most?
I learned a lot around Charles Eames when I was student, and in architecture, Le Corbusier. And when I was young, for example, I went everywhere just to see architecture. For example, I remember I went to Dhaka in Bangladesh, or Chandigarh to see Le Corbusier. Or America to see other. You know, for me, I learn a lot in architecture through the visit of the building, because to learn architecture just on the book is not enough. You have to really feel the space.
Okay.
And learn about design, it was the same. I'm disassembling products, for example, by Eames. When I was student, I really disassembling, and through this disassembling product, I really understood the process, how the people, how Eames think about this, about that. What does it mean connection? What does it mean one material to another material, industrial process? That it was a fundamental approach of my practice.
Do you get upset about bad design?
No, it's, for me, you know, more and more design is the reality, you know, and you know, now you don't find a terrible cars, or you don't find a terrible mobile phone. No? Sometimes you find a terrible chair, but that is another story. And you know why? You know, because more or less now in the industrial world, all products are designed. And maybe sometimes it's good design, sometimes it's less good design. Sometimes, for example, in furniture design, we still have someone who's doing something quickly, and maybe they are thinking they are doing a piece of art, but in reality it's just something a little bit stupid. And but I am not worried about. You know, it's a part of the joke of this world.
Mr. Citterio, may I ask you something personal? If work is done and the weekend is in front, what do you do when you have time for yourself? When you are not an architect and not a designer, when you just do something else, what do you do?
No, for me, you know, my profession is not a profession; it's an hobby. And for example, I like to stay in my country house in Portofino, because we have a little farm in the hill of Portofino, and in the nice season I really like to stay there. But after, you know, sometimes I stay around my swimming pool with some book. But after, with some white pepper, I try to sketch something because I really like. I really like. It's my passion.
It's your
relax
passion.
And think something, sketch something. It's a part of my free time.
Wonderful, Mr. Citterio. Thank you so much for
Thank
this
you
interview
too.
and for your time.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.